Welcome back. Right now we're going to look at my Andrew Sisters CD collection, and by the same token we're going to evaluate some of these CDs. I'm going to show you my good CDs and not so good CDs. There is no perfect compilation of the Andrew Sisters. Universal has not released a complete box set of everything they ever made for Decca, which I think is a criminal shame. So it's right now impossible to just buy one set of CDs and get everything they ever made. So you have to really scrape around and look for certain CDs to get certain songs. Let's go in no particular order. Here we have some box sets. This is a 2 compact disc set with 48 tracks and a portrait of the Andrew Sisters. It came in a cardboard box. They're all stored somewhere in my room, safely tucked away. And it's this is on gallery. Like that photo. And I took notes of various problems with certain transfers, fake stereo or echo. Sometimes the sound would be really clear on certain tracks. Track 8 on CD1 here, Where Have We Met Before, I wrote that there's reverb, impossible to listen to. Track 23 is no good, 24 has echo. In the middle of 23, Don Body YO, they chopped out a bit of the song, which is stupid. The second CD I wrote bump at the end, not sure what I meant by that. Sometimes they add echo on Joseph, yeah, I remember. 14 and 15, the EQ, the equalizing is irritant. What's that in English? Irritating. There's a weird peak at the end of 16. Distortion on 16, 17, 18. 22, mediocre sound. 23, weird warble. It's quite a puzzle to try to build the perfect compilation from a bunch of CDs. It takes a database with each song they ever made and on which CD I have it, if I have it, in what condition, and where's the best version of each CD. And this is I didn't realize when I bought this was a 3 CD set, but it's actually the same set licensed. This was licensed from this company in Australia who made this compilation. And when I bought this I didn't know that. So what I have here is this spreaded on 3 CDs instead of 2, with a bunch of just a few more songs. So it's the same stuff with just a few more songs on it. So yeah, a different label, but it's the same. You can recognize the lettering a little bit, of the framing of the picture. So 3 CDs, same kind of problems on certain tracks. What's fun is that they put the dates, recording dates. Sorry for the reflection, I don't look enough in my viewfinder. It's better to stick around the Decca CDs, MCA CDs, sorry Decca. MCA CDs, the problem is even the MCA CDs are not perfect. Here we have the Andrew Sisters, their greatest hits and finest performances. Reader's Digest and MCA. So this is a Reader's Digest set with 3 CDs, roughly 60 songs, 21, 19, and yeah, 60 songs. Now I recall this, yeah, sometimes the problem with the MCA CDs is that sometimes they add echo, especially at the end of the song sometimes. And these are all the tracks that have echo on all 3 CDs. CD3 is almost like, oh my god. So that sucks, because I want the same sound as on the 78. I don't want any change on the sound. Whole bunch of tracks on this thing. Here we have, I think this one is better. It's a 2 CD set called The Andrew Sisters, Their All-Time Greatest Hits. And I love the artwork on the CDs. This is CD1. This is a booklet. We'll go through the booklet a little bit. It's pretty thick. I'll show you the CD2 right now. We just saw CD1, and this is CD2, the Personality series. That's kind of cute, but it doesn't guarantee you that the song will be great. This is probably my all-time favorite Andrew Sisters photo. They're holding their 78s. They're so cute. Hehe. A lot of liner notes. I have a photo of them when they were kids. Sorry about the crappy quality. I have a crappy camera. Photos. This is so cute. Hey you. This we saw in sheet music earlier in the other video. Okay, with record labels. So the booklet is impressive. Probably the best booklet I have. And for the recordings they do supply in this box set, they do put all the details, the number of the record and the date they recorded it. So that's cool. But I don't see any, I don't know if I did an evaluation of this one or not. So I don't remember, it's been a while since I've took these CDs out. Probably the quality is pretty good, but I suspect some of these are probably, might have echo issues and stuff like that. Otherwise, still a good purchase. And Jasmine is a company who waits for copyrights to expire, and apparently there's a 50-year rule or law, whatever you want to call it. After 50 years you can release your own compilation of any recordings you want. So they've put out this 4 CD box set with 101 songs by the Andrew Sisters, and the quality varies also. There is no perfect compilation, but I recall that it's the sound is not as rich as on the 78s for sure, but it's better than nothing when you're missing a lot of tracks. And I almost recommend, well, I can't recommend any of these CDs unless they're very specific, but it's still a decent compilation. And don't make the mistake I made of buying this one, which we'll see later in the pile, because I wanted to get this box set because of all the rare tracks on the 3rd and the 4th CD. I was stuck repurchasing the same stuff I already had that was put here. So don't buy the 2 CD set by Jasmine, just buy this 4 CD set if you're going to buy a good collection of songs. Some example of rare songs that you don't find easily on CD. Let me see. Wunderbar, Piccolo Pete, Sing Sing Sing, The Mambo Man, A Man is a Brother to a Mule, Hold On One, Them That Has Gets, Run Run Run, Yippee-I-O. I'm not sure about Yippee-I-O, I might have seen it somewhere else. I Just Got to Get Out of the Habit, Jack of All Trades, Atlanta, GA, Hohokus, New Jersey. Yeah, some obscure songs in there. So that's a good compilation on CD for a choice of songs. I recommend this one. I'm going to see a few crappy ones. This is on Golden Options, one of those no-name brands with crappy. I don't recommend this at all. At the time I bought it because it was on like 3 songs I did not have at all. But unfortunately it has what I call the Dolby C effect. Those who remember cassette decks and recorded on cassettes and fool around with the Dolby settings on their player might remember this or stumble on this. When you could record a cassette with no Dolby or with Dolby B or Dolby C. What happens when you play a cassette with Dolby C on, but it wasn't recorded in Dolby C or Dolby B at all? What happens is that it's like over filtering. It's a little bit like turning off the volume between each vowel, between each note of music, and not bringing back the volume fast enough for the next note. If it becomes like this, it's impossible to listen to. And sometimes they play movies on television like that. They drive me crazy. I hate that effect. So anyway, this CD has this problem. I don't remember at the time what songs on the CD I didn't have. Says My Heart is one of them. Rockabye Baby I don't have at all on 78. And Boogie Woogie Bugle Boy, I didn't have it at all. I have my scratchy copy you've seen in my other video. But nice work if you can get it. I don't have that at all. But this is a crappy CD. This one, oops, sorry about the note here. This is from France. It's part of a collection of various artists. So this is number 17 of L'Art Vocal, vocal art. So this is the Andrews Sisters, L'Art Vocal, sorry about the glare, volume 17, La Sélection, 1947-1944, L'Art Vocal, there's 22 songs, not bad for us. The selection isn't bad, Jack of all trades is there, but I recall, let's say, yeah, the speed is too slow, and I wrote that track 17 through 21, there's white noise. Apparently you can hear it. It's a reel-to-reel tape that some collector sent to them. They didn't send the 78s, so those rarer songs have white noise on them, and the speed is too slow for. I suspect it was the entire CD. The speed was too slow. It needs correcting. I'll put this away. What's this one? Oh, this is much better. No, that's an interesting CD. The Andrews Sisters Collector Series. I recommend this. Fully recommend this if you're interested in more than their Decca period, because this is Capitol Records. This is a big chunk, big chunk of what they recorded for Decca, for Capitol, sorry. And pretty much all the 45s we've seen earlier, but not the ones by Patty, but the ones by the Andrews Sisters are all here. Crazy Arms, I Want to Linger, and it contains all the tracks from the first album they recorded for Capitol Records, which was just a bunch of re-recordings of their greatest hits. I think the title was The Andrews Sisters in Hi-Fi. Don't I have... I think... oh my goodness. Yeah, I missed a few vinyl records that are somewhere else in my collection. Sorry about that. So yeah, and I think that Proper Cup of Coffee or Imama are bonus tracks, or tracks 20, 24 and 25 are previously unreleased. So Imama, Proper Cup of Coffee, and Alone Again are unreleased tracks, so that's a plus. And the sound, of course, is good. It's just tape. It didn't go back to 78s. This was from the 50s. I recommend this if you're interested in their Capitol period, because basically they went from Decca to Capitol to Dot Records. This is interesting, but I don't recommend buying this because you're better off buying the twofer that's right here. So that's not a twofer, sorry, that's a double CD. Twofer means something else. So this is the Andrews Sisters with the Glenn Miller Orchestra, the Chesterfield Broadcasts Volume 1. Oh my goodness, is this a two-parter? 13 minutes already? Oh my goodness, I'm talking too much. So interesting artwork in the booklet. A lot of text. That's good. We love text. We love information and historical details and information. Never too much of that. This is a beautiful photograph of the Andrews Sisters with Glenn Miller. And they never recorded a studio version of any songs. They never recorded anything in studio. They only recorded... they actually made these live radio shows that were recorded. Thank goodness. And I think my favorite track on this thing is I've Got No Strings. Absolutely mind-blowing version of that Disney song from Pinocchio, but it's absolutely mind-blowing. I think it's on YouTube. Just look for I've Got No Strings by the Andrews Sisters. You'll fall on your butt. Here we have basically the same thing, but with a second CD. They came out with a 2 CD set. So the first CD is the same as what we just saw, and the second CD has more songs. And the Little Red Fox is my favorite song of this second CD. And of course, I recommend buying this one instead of this one, because if you like this and you decide to get more, you're stuck repurchasing the first CD again, which is stupid. Hate that tactic. A little cheap, a cheap compilation. Sorry about that. I should have done that beforehand, because I forgot I put all these papers in there. Oh god, that's annoying. Okay, so this is of course the Millennium Collection, 20th Century Masters, the best of the Andrews Sisters. Ah, that's a cute photo. He's going crossing her fingers, and it's too bad I can't focus properly, but this is a really cute photo. Not much in there. It's Apple Blossom Times right there. I think the sound wasn't bad. There's only 12 songs though. It says crystal clear tracks number, a little bit of hiss on 2 and 5 and 6. I wrote that 7, 8, 9 and 10. I wrote wow, because this is by MCA and they took out, yeah, and this goes for these deck, I mean MCA box sets. They often, not all the time, but they often took out the master plates and transferred the sound directly from the metal master plate, and sometimes the sound is mind-blowing. I remember Near You sounding absolutely terrific. So not all Andrews Sisters 78s on CD sound like crap. Sometimes you get a really good sound. So it's not all lost with echo or over filtering. That's an MCA, so let's put this here. And I think, yeah, how much have we seen so far? A little bit more, and then we'll do another video. This is interesting. It's a V-disc, a musical contribution by America's Best for our Armed Forces Overseas, Andrews Sisters. So it's basically a collection of their V-discs. V-discs are recordings made for soldiers overseas. They were not meant to be heard by the general public, but thank goodness they were collected here and there, and they resurfaced. But I recall a few mastering problems, a few glitches, and I would return, because I bought this on eBay, I would return it and get another one. I would get the same glitches until I realized it was bad. It was a bad CD mastering. So that solved the problem. Okay, so let's stop here because I have this much left to show you. Part 2 coming up.